Hi everyone, and welcome to Inside Bristol. I'm your host Sheridan Nichols. Thank you so much for being with us today. Well, we are kicking off today with two wonderful ladies who are getting ready to host and plan an amazing run that's going to take place here in Bristol. We have got Jody Dutcher, and she's with Electrical Mechanical, and then we also have Elise Allen, who is representing this fundraiser with the American Cancer Society. So thank you, ladies, for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. So now this is the second year of this half marathon. Tell us a little bit about it, the name, how it came about. Give us a little background.
Well, Electromechanical has always been very heavily involved with Relay for Life. And last year, Elise came to us, wanted to run the marathon for the first year, and asked us to come on board as one of the sponsors, which we did. And it was a very successful event. So we decided for the second year that we would kind of take over managing the event for the American Cancer Society, basically because of our affiliation with Relay for Life. We have a very comprehensive wellness program with Electromechanical, and we wanted to continue our commitment to doing everything we can for the community. So that's how it kind of all got started.
So now this year, well, we want to say the date. It is a half marathon. Which is 13.1 miles for those of you who don't know. And what I think is interesting about this half marathon is that if you're not prepared and ready, and especially with the winter we've had, you might not be, to run the 13.1 miles, you can also have a team, so it's like the Relay for Life.
Right.
And I think that's an interesting aspect.
Well, the name of this half marathon is Bristol Half and Half. Half of it is in Bristol, Virginia, and half of it in Bristol, Tennessee. So we give you an option of a two-person relay, which is a little different than some of the other runs. And so you can do the Virginia side or the Tennessee side, and the switch-off will be right under the sign downtown.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yes.
And it starts, this marathon, well, we need to tell you the date, first of all.
April the 12th.
April the 12th. And the start place is?
The track at Virginia High.
And then the ending place?
Is the Stone Castle, the historic Stone Castle at Tennessee High.
So this is not only a huge and amazing opportunity for the American Cancer Society, but for all of you avid runners out there, it's really a unique experience because they're getting to run a half marathon in 2 states.
That's correct. And you see sort of the high points of Bristol. We made it a tour of Bristol.
That is, and well, we know that's very special.
Yes.
So now tell us about this fundraiser and what it does for the American Cancer Society.
Well, the American Cancer Society has several focus, and it's because of events like this, supporting Relay for Life, where we can actually make an impact. And there's been a lot of progress with cancer, but we all know from personal experiences that there's a lot more to happen. So we look at things from everything from prevention to education about screenings and lifestyles, and that's what's so wonderful about this, is because it's actually helping prevent cancer, because obesity is one of those things that can increase your risk. And then the other thing is programs and services for patients. We strongly look at things that really make an impact on mortality and increasing people, having survivors out there.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot of programs and services, and we're constantly really tapped out. We really need the funds. And so that's so wonderful, because Electromechanical and some of the sponsors they've been able to bring in really make this very successful. And last year we had 350 runners, and this year expecting a lot more. We have people coming in from all over the region, and they've done a wonderful job putting out the word about it.
And what a good way to boost tourism, because I think this will end up on people's bucket list.
It already has.
We want to do, the Bristol half and half. I want to do it.
People will bring their
Did you both do it last year?
No, I was sort of busy
You were
working.
too busy coordinating. Well, one of these years you'll have to pass that hat off and, be a team out there. You can
probably be one of those relay runners.
So, well now, okay, you can register. Where do they go to register?
They can go to www.bristolandhalfandhalf.com. And we've got places to go register for the event, as well as we're still continuing to seek sponsorship, as well as volunteers to come out and help with the event. And we certainly would love the community to come out and cheer on the runners and just help support the event.
So now if anybody wants to help in terms of volunteers or some other
Right.
sponsors, they can go to the website as
Correct.
well.
Yes.
And we'll put that up on the screen so
Yeah.
everybody will know.
And last year it was wonderful. Some of the community groups that came out, we had church groups, we had youth
nice.
groups, and we had a lot of comments from the runners that this was so welcoming, that people were cheering them, people in costumes, and so you can get out there and have a band instrument. We want to make this a lot of fun. So it starts out at 8 o'clock in the morning and on the Virginia side, and then you can see the course. If you go to the website, you can see the course. You can see if you live on that course, and it'll be a little bit different this year. So you check it out.
And then it isn't expensive at all. It's,
No.
you know, so people can, and I'm sure people can donate, you know, accordingly or.
Oh, sure. I mean, all donations are accepted.
Of course, we can donate. Even if you don't run, donate.
That's right. That's right.
And it ranges really. The cost to run is $40, and
For an
then
individual.
for early. That's sort of your early bird special,
Right.
and then but the highest is $50, and you can register that morning even.
That morning,
if
you're
you
not
just
guaranteed
wake
a
up
shirt,
and
but
you say, I want to do this, I want to
That's-
have this
Yes.
under my belt. So yeah, that's great. Anything else I'm missing, ladies, that you'd like to add?
Well, again, anyone can come out and volunteer to help out. We do need course marshals too, and course marshals are just waving them through intersections,
Right.
making sure they stay on course. The direction. We do have a lot of guest runners coming in from all over the region. They're not familiar with the city or with the town, so the map may not make as much sense to them. So they do need that help, and they love those course marshals that can direct them and make sure they're staying on the right path. And for a half marathon, that's a lot of people.
Yeah. So how many volunteers are we
It's
talking about?
about 150 probably
Wow,
out
okay.
there on between the setups, the start areas, the finish areas, all the stations.
The water stations
The water
and the food
stations.
stations, so-
You know,
Yeah, of
that's
course.
where church groups are welcome, and you know, and this is a great way to put this on your own too, to say this is what I want to look forward to get in shape. And I love the story. Our the lady that was last year was a young lady from Knoxville. She was on her third half marathon. She had lost 50 pounds already from running, and she continued and she finished this. She's a little bit on the heavy side, but she was making this a commitment to start running for her health. And amazing story. We stayed there till she finished, and so
that's
come
fantastic.
out and you know, this might be what can change your life. I mean, it really can. And if it's not your life, it will be somebody else. It will
Absolutely.
impact saving someone else's life.
Yeah.
I think we've all experienced either a family member or someone we know that has been affected by cancer. So we can make a difference.
Yes.
And that's what we're trying to do here.
Well, we appreciate
Great.
it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Don't forget the website. We'll put it up on the screen again so that you can register or you can come out and volunteer. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. Well, we have got Felicia McNabb with us today. She's the Executive Director of the American Red Cross here in Bristol. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
And you might want to get your pen and paper because she just told me we have 2 things to tell you. So we've got a couple of things that we want to share with you that the American Red Cross is doing right now in our community. So which is the first one?
Well, first we're going to talk about our Celebration of Heroes program.
Okay.
The event itself is going to be March the 27th at the Old Farm, and we're very excited about it. This is a first-year event for us, and what we're hoping to do is honor some of the people in the community that some of them we work with on a day-to-day basis, like firefighters and policemen and people who are just really making an impact in the community. And so the program is an award ceremony. Basically, we want to give them awards, and we have corporate sponsors that also want to join us in recognizing these worthy individuals.
So now how did this program start? And it's called the Celebration of Heroes?
Celebration of Heroes.
Okay, I love
We have a couple of neighboring chapters that have done this for about 10 years, and so I got the opportunity to attend that a year or so ago, and I thought, we should do that. We really, we work with a lot of people that are out there every day doing things for people in our community, and we really want to be able to have them recognized. So.
And the Old Farm is just beautiful, so that'll be such a nice, place
it
for an
is.
awards ceremony.
It's very nice, and one of our benefactors. Mike Quillen has agreed to host that for us, so
nice.
we're very excited to be able to have it there.
So now, how many heroes will you be honoring this year?
Well, we're hoping to honor 10. We've gotten some nominations in, and there are a couple of categories we're still looking for people in.
Okay.
So the categories are community impact, firefighter, law enforcement, military, workplace, corporate hero, Good Samaritan, medical, and education. And we've gotten some nominations in and some really good ones.
I bet.
But we're still a little short in the education department and also in law enforcement.
Okay.
So,
So we need your help.
Yes,
so if
we
you know
do.
somebody, and if they want to nominate someone, do they go to the website? Where do they go?
They can go to www.redcross.org /Mountain Empire, which is the name of our chapter.
Okay.
Or they can just call the local Red Cross, which is my office in Bristol, Virginia, and we'll be happy to set them up with the nomination form.
Felicia, do you want to give us that number?
It's
If they wanted to call.
Sure, it's 276-645-6650.
Okay, great. We'll put that up on the screen too, so that you'll know. We'll put the website and the phone number, especially in education. I know we can probably all think of a lot of heroes.
We can, and I'm trying to stay out of the process as far as suggesting people to be nominated. But I know there are a lot of worthy teachers out there and
Absolutely.
educators. That
Now, is there a deadline that you need to do this by?
we really need it in the next couple of weeks
Okay.
because our event's March the 27th.
Yeah, so that's just right around the corner.
It is. It's coming up fast, so we want to make sure we have everything in order for that.
Oh, well, I wish you the best of luck with it. That's exciting.
Well, thank you.
What a great way to honor our local heroes, because there are so many people, and I like that there are all these categories too, because then I think that gives more of an opportunity for people to really get highlighted in, we all have different sets of skills.
Right, exactly.
So, that's just great. That's exciting.
Thank
Now,
you.
we still have one more thing, so listen up. Here we go,
Exactly.
number 2.
Okay, well, as you may know, the Red Cross every day in our community, and our chapter actually covers 10 counties, we respond to disasters. We also help support local military, and we teach classes like first aid and CPR. So we are always needing volunteers, and we have a volunteer open house that we're going to be hosting March the 17th. March is Red Cross Month, which is why we do all this stuff in March. But anyway, it's going to be at our office on Lee Highway on March 17th at 5 p.m. And so anybody who is interested in volunteering or has ever thought about volunteering, we invite them to come out. There's going to be food. We're going to have a lot of our current volunteers in every different aspect of Red Cross services there for them to talk with. And we'll have a volunteer coordinator there that will be able to sign them right up if that's something that they're interested in doing. So
Well,
even if they just want to gather the information.
Well, no, I think a lot of times we are all very interested, and then we just don't know how to do it, and then something happens,
Right.
and we need people. So this is a great opportunity. So if you are free on March 17th, definitely come by the office on Lee Highway and at 5 o'clock.
Right,
And
we would
you'll
love to have
learn
them.
how
We
to
would love
how to
have
get
them.
prepared for. Hopefully, nothing will happen, but you can never be. Usually, I've always heard if you are prepared, then nothing happens. It's
Sometimes that's the case.
and
A lot of
sometimes
times
when
that's
you're
the
not,
case.
then that's when. So we all should be there.
But even if there's a large event, it's so much better if the volunteers can be in place and already be trained. We can be so much more effective if we can hit the ground running as soon as something happens, and we can't do that unless we have the volunteers already trained. So,
Well, good. Are we missing anything? Is there anything else you'd like to add today on the show?
no, I think that pretty much covers it. I appreciate you having me here.
Well, we're excited to have you. A couple of nice opportunities for all of you folks out there. And we will be back with more in just a moment.